What's going on, peoples? What's going on? Listen, I want to thank everyone that views the content that I put out. You know what I'm saying? From the bottom of my heart, once again, I thank you. Everyone that takes what it is that is shared, apply it. If they don't apply it, it's still fine. But I might say something that might get you to say, okay, let me think about this for a minute. I want to thank you guys. I mean, for the support that you give. What I've done, the first two parts, I talked about the YNs, the young guys, the young people, the young adults. I've also got in and I've talked about men. So this part here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of bring some issues or concerns that are out here. You know, on on the female side, and none of this information that is given is said directly out of me. It's just conversations that I've had with people, and what I do is I do a census, and based on the census, I come up with a statistic. Now, I understand and I realize that's not everyone, you know, and I identify the simple fact that there are certain things that people are going to be carve-outs. Everyone can say that, hey, this is something that I don't do. I can't understand that. I don't see it, and I get it, you know, because there might be carve-outs. But based upon the percentages, when you look at it as a whole, because that's how most people think, especially men, they think on percentages. Okay, are you 80% this way? Are you 70% this way? Because now I can variance as far as how damaging it is, or how it may be something that I can deal with. Okay, because we understand no one's perfect, so you're never going to catch someone and they're going to be at 100% all the time. You know, that's not how the game is made. The game was never made for you to be 100% of a person. There's not 100% 10 out here on this earth. No one. Because that means that there's no room for growth. There's no room for you know, for you to empower yourself, or for you to take responsibility. Because why can't we take responsibility? And what I try to do is I try my words to be very tactful, very tactful. What you have is, you have guys that will go out and they will DM, they'll shoot their shot, they do all of this kind of stuff. And based on the response, it's going to determine how they move. Okay? Men, it's two things that men know. Men knows that there are women out here in these streets, and there are women that are wifey material. We know that. A lot of us will get caught up in situations whereas we will try to convert someone that's outside to try to bring them inside, hoping that we can, you know, get them, you know, in a situation where they understand what's out there. But how many times have you seen where a guy tries to bring someone in and they don't want to be in? They want to be out. You have to allow for that to have its space. Now what you have to do is you have to choose and say, okay, well, hey, what do I do? Do I move on? Do I try to sit here and wait around? That's up to you, sir. You got to identify that. Look at your options. Look at your options. Do the same thing what's going to be done to you. They're going to review their options. You know, if you are a provider, if you are a whatever it is, you know, whatever your services are, understand the simple fact that That's how you can be judged. Now, once again, that's if you dealing with a woman that is looking at the complete outside of a person, what you offer, what you do, how much money you make, those type of things. And if you're dealing with that type of guy, you can understand that comes with some levels of desires and wants and whatever need it is that they want. So how can you tell a person that is X amount of, if the attributes that you're looking for is financial, fit, over a certain height amount, over a certain detail your account, size. If you're looking for these type of attributes, understand the simple fact that you're not the only one that is looking for that same type of mode. And if you're not someone that he may find attractive, that's going to cancel that out to that guy. To that guy, it's going to cancel out. Because if he looks at you as a showpiece, that's what he's looking for. If he's looking for someone that's fine, fit, understand that he has the capability of doing whatever he wants to do, those guys have a certain set of women that knows how to deal with that situation. Everybody doesn't know how to deal with that situation at all. So as in women, you have to first identify where it is that you are, what it is that you can do, what it is that can happen to you that can make you get to whatever level of happiness that you feel that you can get to. Now, understand this. No one can make you happy. Happiness comes from within. What a person can do is they can share moments with you that bring you laughter, joy, smiles, chuckles, whatever it is, snorks, all of that. Those are moments. And based on those moments, I enjoy those moments so much to the point where I want to continue to have a life. And then once I see the moments that we share, I see how valuable it is to you and how valuable it is to me, then I start to say, okay, hey, listen, this person looks at me in a totally different manner than what's going on. She's there to make sure that I am fed. She's there to make sure that I am in good spirit, health-wise. She's taking care of me. Now I can go out, I can cook for myself, I can clean for myself, I can wash my own clothes, I can fold my clothes. Men can do that. They can do that. But just as you want a man to come in for no reason at all and give you flowers, or give you candy, or take you to an impromptu hotel and y'all spend the night at a 4 or 5 star spot, or they just surprise you with trinkets or gifts, understand that you have to do that same thing in return. If it takes for you to buy a negligee, something that you think that he would enjoy, okay. We don't ask for a lot. We don't at all. If you know that your man is a steak man, and you know he enjoys steaks, why would it hurt you to get him a steak and make sure that one day out of the week you prepare a good meal for him, solid meal for him? Protein, vegetables, fruit, salad. Make sure that man has a full meal that at least once a week he can say, you know what, she threw down, and I appreciate that. Stop offering sex when that's supposed to be a part of the regimen anyway. It don't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out. What are you doing for me on my birthday Father's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving, that's any different. I'll wait. It's the same. But spice it up some. That's all I'm saying. Spice it up. You know? Get a cat suit. Get a cat suit. Get a, whatever it is that you can, they carry, they come in all sizes, baby. Whatever floats your boat, whatever your man likes, understand that. That goes a long way with a man. And I'm pretty sure men will agree, hey, listen, I don't ask for a lot. And they don't. Feed us, and give us 45 minutes to an hour to unwind. And you're going to have all of our attention. If a person is into family, if they're into you, they're into that, they're going to give you that because, that's what they are. They want you to feel welcome. They want you to feel that they appreciate you. And they do. Some people may not know how to say it, they may not know how to talk about it. But if they do little certain things, small things, that lets them know that you're fresh on their mind. Emotional. Emotions and logic is supposed to work together. Because when a man is quote unquote so logical, he needs that emotional stability to balance him out. Now, with that being said, that goes vice versa. If you have an emotional situation, if you care and you love the person that you chose to be with, follow their leadership and understand that they're going to bring a certain level of logic and be open to the things that they're saying. Everything is not about them trying to hurt your feelings, make you feel a certain kind of way. It's just them trying to talk to you and be transparent. Now, if you say you want transparency, but you don't want transparency, that's gaslighting. Because if a person is trying to be willing to talk to you, have conversation with you, be in good space with you, they're being open to you. They're being open to the relationship. They're being open to trying to identify the things that you like, you don't like, things that I don't like, things that are, in between. If I come through and I smack you on your butt, I'm not trying to do any type of pain. I'm just feeling you right then. If I come in and play, rub you down the back of your neck, or kiss you on the back of your neck, or kiss you up under your neck, or play with your ears, or do all of those things that entice. Be receptive to that. Be receptive to it, because that man he's showing you affection. He's not coming in saying, hey, well, get to it, let's go, let's do it. No, he's giving you opportunity, time, and grace to come into that moment. That's how it should be. But if you're not feeling that guy, why did you ask for marriage? You thinking that it was going to change? You think he's going to grow three extra inches? Come on. Let's be realistic. People have to understand, women, ladies, please understand that guys are not as dumb as you think they are. They're not. They sit back and allow for situations to happen and transpire. And when they feel that it gets to the point where they need to interject themselves, that's when they do. If it's a situation that I can see, it ain't no big deal, that's a small little, that's a windstorm. I can deal with that. Because it's going to die down quickly. But if I identify, I see that the bottom is trying to connect to the top, that turns into a funnel. A funnel can turn into a tornado. And a tornado can cause destruction wherever it touches. So I want to stay free and clear of tornadoes. So what does that mean? That means that I go upon the vetting process to try to pick and choose the people that I want to have in my life. If I say something to you and you say, okay, well, hey, I understand, I agree with you, but then there's no change or no concern to it, understand that there's grace that's given. And what happens is that over a period of time, I'd rather somebody be trying to talk to me than stop talking to me. Because once they stop talking, most of the time, it's pretty much done. Y'all just going through the motion. Y'all really and truly are. If you come into a situation where both of y'all are in a household and there's no conversation, what are y'all doing? Both of y'all don't want to, you don't want to separate assets. You don't want to go through the process of being alone. And understand that's a difficult process. It's a very difficult process being alone, especially when you're used to having someone around, dealing with a person, interacting with a person. Because when you're in that space by yourself, please believe me, there are some times that you gotta answer the question for yourself. Why am I here? What am I here to learn? How can I take the things that have happened to me and turn them into a situation whereas I can learn, identify, learn, and reset. If I come across something that I need to change, that I need to make a change to make me a better person, I have to be able to identify and come to the realization that, hey, I do this. So I need to change that. If you think that there is nothing wrong with you, you're the problem. If everything is always somebody else, you got to understand you allow for that situation to happen. People do what they do. They love who they love. They choose to be in a relationship. A person chooses to call you and reach out to you. They don't have to. They choose to. Whether they're trying to hook up with you, they're trying to check on you, they're trying to see how you're doing. Understand what effort has been placed on that. And if you have a conversation and it's genuine, and if it's a heart-to-heart conversation, how was your day? How was everything at work? Did anything happen that was outrageous? Make it home safely. When a person is sitting back having a conversation with you like that, and they're not asking you to do this and do this and do this and do that, respect that. Because what that man is doing, he's checking on you. Now, if you don't find that guy attractive, you don't find that guy intentional for you, or something that you want to deal with, just make it be known and clear up front. Hey, listen, I see you strictly as a friend. If we go out, we hang out, I understand that you can have freedom to talk to whoever it is that you want to. We're cool. I see you strictly as a friend. But see, people don't do that because y'all don't want to turn your options down. A woman wants to keep her options open. A young lady told me that. I never thought that. A young lady told me that. She told me that, she told me women. I'm not going to put it on women. I'm going to say some women keep their options open. Even if they're in a situation, they keep their options open. Okay. But a man can't do that. Because a female doesn't want him to share intimate moments, liquidity, time with another person. They want it to be about them. But a man has to share you with your job, your friends, your family, children, grandbabies, all of that. And what time or space do he have where it's just you and him? When is their time? And those are questions that you have to ask yourself. Truly. You know. But listen, I appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate everybody that listens to my content. Please subscribe. Please like. Please share. Support me. And got some things coming. First Labor Day, we got some things that's I'm not going to share it now, but I got two big events that's I'll probably share with you guys sometime next week. And to me, it's been a lifelong dream to be able to do both of these things, to show the love for the community that I have for cigars. Anybody that knows me and has had conversation with me, they'll be like, wow, this cat is really into cigars. He's really into it. He understands people's palates. He understands flavor. He understands taste. He's dead on when he recommends. Anything that he recommends is sound. It's a sound product. If it doesn't taste a certain way, based upon his palate, he'll give true understanding of what it is. So if that is something that you're looking for, he describes that. I'm talking about myself in third person, yeah, I am. But got some things coming, and I just thank you guys for your support. I thank you guys for the support. I thank you guys for everything the words that you say, the responses, all of it, the likes, all of it. I appreciate it. Smoke well, my friends, and enjoy.